Let me ask you, what are your actions saying about you right now? Your life, your career, your relationships, all of it is a reflection of what you've done, not what you've said. It's easy to talk about change, to make promises, but let me tell you something. Your actions will always speak louder than your words. You see, anyone can talk a good game, but it's what you do every single day that defines your future. The choices you make, the habits you form, the people you spend your time with, these things speak volumes. And right now, whether you realize it or not, your actions are writing the story of your life. So let's get real. Are you living the life you've always dreamed of? Are your actions aligned with your highest vision? Or are you just going through the motions, hoping for something to change? This is a wake-up call. It's time to stop talking about the life you want and start taking the actions that will create it. I'm going to show you how to make each day count, how to stop wishing for change and start making change happen. The good news is, it's never too late to begin. So stay with me, because the power to transform your life is in your hands, right now. And trust me, what you do speaks so loudly, you'll hear it echo through every part of your life. Let's get started. The power of choice. Let me ask you a simple question. How much control do you really have over your life? Now I know what you're thinking. Of course I control my life. But I want you to dig deeper, because the truth is, you have more control than you probably realize. Everything you've become, everything you are today, started with one thing: the choices you've made. And here's the kicker. Your choices, not your circumstances, have been the defining factor in the life you're living right now. You see, life isn't about what happens to you. Life is about what you choose to do with what happens to you. You can't always control the external events, but you have absolute control over how you respond. And that, my friend, is where your power lies. The choices you make in every single moment create your future. You're not a product of your environment. You are a product of your choices. Now, I'm not here to tell you that life is easy, because it's not. Challenges will come. Obstacles will block your path. People will doubt you. But here's what I want you to understand. No matter how hard things get, you are never powerless. You always have the power of choice. And let me tell you something. This power, when used correctly, will change everything for you. The key is to understand that choices are the foundation of your future. Every little decision matters. Think about the small decisions you make every day. What you eat, what you read, who you spend your time with, how you spend your money. Those decisions seem small, but over time, they accumulate into the life you're living. If you're not happy with your life, don't look outside yourself for the answer. Look at the choices you've made. It's easy to blame the economy, your job, your family, or your upbringing. But let me tell you, successful people don't make excuses. They take ownership. They take responsibility. They look at their choices, learn from them, and make better ones moving forward. One of the greatest powers you possess is the power of personal choice. You get to choose your thoughts, your actions, your attitudes, and your responses. You choose whether to be positive or negative, whether to be lazy or disciplined, whether to take action or wait for things to change. You decide every single day. So here's the question I want you to ask yourself. What choices am I making today that will shape my future tomorrow? Are you choosing to take the easy route, or are you willing to make the hard choices that will pay off in the long run? Are you choosing to be the best version of yourself, or are you settling for mediocrity? Remember, success isn't a random act. It's the result of a series of wise, intentional choices. If you want a different life, start by making different choices. Choose to work harder. Choose to learn more. Choose to be kind. Choose to take responsibility. Choose to dream big, and then take massive action to turn those dreams into reality. It all starts with choice. The power is in your hands. What you do today is what will shape your tomorrow. And believe me, when you master the power of choice, you'll be unstoppable. So let's make it count. Choose wisely. Choose to be extraordinary. Choose to create the life you want to live. And let me tell you, the results will speak for themselves. Consistency builds success. Success isn't a one-time event. It's not something you achieve with a single grand gesture. No, my friend, success is built slowly, methodically, one step at a time. And the key to building that success, consistency. That's right. The daily discipline of showing up, doing the work, and staying the course, even when the world tries to distract you or pull you off track. Now let's be real here. In today's world, we're conditioned to expect instant results. We want fast success, quick fixes, and shortcuts to the top. But let me tell you, that's not how success works. Success is a journey, not a destination. It's the sum of the small, consistent actions that we take every day. And if you want to achieve anything worthwhile, consistency is non-negotiable. Think about it like this. If you wanted to build a house, you wouldn't just gather all the materials and hope the house would appear overnight. No, you'd need a plan, a solid foundation, and most importantly, consistent effort every single day to put that house together brick by brick. And if you stopped halfway through the process, what would you have? A pile of materials, sure, but no house. That's what happens when you stop being consistent in your efforts. You end up with unfinished projects, unfulfilled dreams, and wasted potential. Success works the same way. You can't expect to reach the top by doing a few big things here and there. It's about the small actions you take every day that build momentum over time. It's the early mornings, the late nights, the relentless pursuit of improvement. And that, my friend, requires discipline and consistency. Let me put it this way. Consistency isn't about perfection. It's about persistence. It's about showing up even when you don't feel like it. It's about doing the work, day in and day out, even when the results aren't immediately visible. Trust me, the progress you make today may not show up tomorrow, but over time, it compounds. Success isn't just about doing something once. It's about doing it over and over again, in a way that builds momentum and drives results. That's what makes all the difference. It's about developing a mindset that says, I'm in this for the long haul, and refusing to let short-term setbacks derail you. Think about all the greats, whether it's in business, sports, or any other field. The most successful people didn't get there by taking shortcuts. They didn't get there by working hard for a week or a month. They got there by showing up every day, doing the work, and sticking with it through thick and thin. And you can do the same, but you have to make a commitment to consistency. You have to make the decision that you will show up every day, no matter how you feel, no matter how tough things get. Because the truth is, success doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who work, and who work consistently over time. So ask yourself this: what am I doing every day to build the life I want? What small, consistent actions can I take today that will compound into massive results tomorrow? Here's the good news. If you're willing to show up, do the work, and stay consistent, you will absolutely see results. Success is inevitable for those who refuse to quit, who understand that the process is the reward. Keep going, keep building. And remember, consistency is the true foundation of success. You may not see the results right away, but trust me, if you stay consistent, they will come. And when they do, you'll look back and realize that all the small, consistent steps you took, day after day, were what built your success. So keep going. You've got this. Take responsibility for your life. Let me tell you something. Nothing will change in your life until you take full responsibility for it. It's a hard truth, but it's the truth. If you're waiting for someone else to fix your problems, change your circumstances, or make things better for you, I have some news for you. You're going to be waiting a long time. The power to shape your life is in your hands, and it always has been. But here's the kicker. It starts with one simple but profound choice. You must take responsibility for your life. Now I know what you're thinking, but Jim, it's not all my fault. Life has thrown some real curveballs at me. I get it. Life isn't always fair. Things happen that are beyond our control. But here's the difference between those who thrive and those who get stuck in the muck. The successful ones take responsibility, no matter what. Let's face it. Blaming others, blaming circumstances, blaming your upbringing. These are nothing more than excuses. They're just ways of giving away your power. When you blame someone or something else, you're telling yourself, I'm not in control. I can't change this. But that's a lie. And as long as you keep believing it, you're giving away your power to create change. Taking responsibility isn't just about admitting that you've made mistakes. It's about recognizing that you, and only you, have the power to change your future. You are the one who makes the decisions. You are the one who takes the actions. You are the one who chooses your attitude, your response, and your mindset. And when you realize that, when you finally take full ownership of your life, that's when everything starts to shift. Here's the simple truth. You are where you are in life because of the choices you've made, not your circumstances, not the economy, not your boss, your choices. And the great news is, if you don't like where you are, you have the power to change it. You can make a different choice today. You can choose to take the actions that will move you toward the life you want. But let me be clear. Taking responsibility doesn't mean you have to be perfect. It doesn't mean you have to have all the answers. What it means is that you stop looking for excuses. You stop waiting for someone else to make it happen for you. You stop blaming the past and start creating your future. I'm sure you've heard the phrase, you can't change the past, but you can change your future. Well, that's true. But here's the part most people miss. You must take responsibility for your present, right now, if you want your future to change. No more excuses. No more complaining. No more saying, if only I had more time, or if only I had a better start. No, it's time to look in the mirror, look at yourself in the eyes, and say, I am responsible for where I am today, and I have the power to change it. You don't need anyone's permission to succeed. You don't need anyone's approval. You don't need a better job, a bigger house, or a fancier car. What you need is the courage to take full responsibility for your life, and make decisions that will move you forward. Think about it. If you take responsibility, that means you're in control. And the beautiful thing about being in control is that you can change your story at any moment. You can choose to take the actions that will lead you to success. You can choose to be the person who shows up every day and does the work, regardless of the obstacles. You can choose to keep learning, growing, and moving forward. The greatest leaders, the most successful people, what do they have in common? They all take responsibility. They don't wait for the world to change for them. They change themselves, and in doing so, they change the world around them. So I challenge you, take full responsibility for your life. Stop blaming others. Stop waiting for someone else to give you permission. Look at your life right now and say, I am in control. I am responsible. And then take one small action today that will move you closer to the life you truly want. When you take responsibility, you take back your power, and with that power, there's nothing you can't do. So take the reins. Create the life you deserve. The time to start is now. Daily habits, small actions, big results. Let's talk about something that's often overlooked in the pursuit of success. The power of small daily actions. We all want big results, don't we? We want the big promotion, the new house, the health transformation, but here's the truth. Those big results are the product of small, consistent actions, repeated every single day. That's right. Success doesn't come from a single giant leap. It comes from the tiny steps you take, day in and day out, that ultimately compound and lead to the extraordinary. Think about it like this. If you're trying to get in shape, you don't go to the gym for one intense session and expect to see results right away. No, you work out consistently, day after day, week after week. Over time, those small actions add up. The same principle applies to every area of life. Your finances, your career, your relationships. Small positive actions performed consistently create the results you desire. It's easy to overlook the little things. After all, they don't seem like they'll make much of a difference, right? But let me tell you, they do. The truth is, success is the sum of all the small actions you take, every phone call you make, every email you send, every time you choose to skip that extra slice of cake. These little things add up over time. They may seem insignificant in the moment, but when you add them up, they create a massive impact on your life. Here's the thing. Most people want big changes, but they're not willing to make small changes. They want the results, but they aren't ready to commit to the daily grind that's required to get them. But I want to challenge you. Start focusing on the small things. Begin with the small habits that will build the foundation for the bigger changes you want to see. Let's say you want to build wealth. Most people think they need to make a huge financial leap to change their financial future. But the key isn't a single massive investment. The key is consistent saving, learning about money, and making small wise financial decisions every day. It's about putting away a little bit of money from each paycheck, investing wisely, and growing your knowledge over time. The big wealth comes from those daily consistent actions. The same goes for your health. If you want to lose weight or build muscle, it's not about starving yourself or going on extreme diets. It's about making the right choices every day, eating healthier, exercising regularly, and getting enough sleep. When you make these choices consistently, over time you'll see big changes. Here's something else to consider. Successful people don't wait for motivation to strike. They don't sit around waiting for the perfect moment to act. They understand that motivation isn't something you wait for. It's something you create through consistent action. When you show up every day, no matter how you feel, you're building momentum. And that momentum will carry you toward your goals, even on the days when you don't feel like it. So the question is, what small actions can you take today that will set you on the path to your goals? What tiny habits can you start cultivating now that will build over time and lead to big results? Start small. Maybe it's waking up 30 minutes earlier each day. Maybe it's reading a book for 20 minutes every morning to invest in your personal growth. Maybe it's choosing to skip that sugary snack and opt for something healthier. Whatever it is, make it something that you can commit to every day. And remember, the key isn't perfection, it's persistence. You see, success isn't about doing everything right all at once. It's about doing the right things consistently. Over time, those little actions will compound, and the results will speak for themselves. So don't underestimate the power of small habits. They're the building blocks of your future, and when you commit to them, you'll be amazed at what you can achieve. Remember, the journey to success isn't about one big leap. It's about those small, consistent steps that over time create extraordinary results. So start today. Start small, and trust that the little actions you take today will lead to the big results you desire tomorrow. The power is in your hands, and it starts with what you do today. Keep moving forward, one step at a time. You've got this. Speak with intention. Let me ask you something. Have you ever stopped to think about the power of your words? I'm not just talking about what you say to others, but the words you speak to yourself. You see, language is not just a way to communicate. It's a tool that shapes your reality. Words are the building blocks of your thoughts, and your thoughts are the foundation of your actions. The language you use, the words you choose, create the world around you. Let me give you an example. Have you ever been around someone who constantly complains? They talk about how bad things are, how nothing ever goes right for them, how they never catch a break. And you know what? Their life tends to reflect that. Their words shape their experience. On the other hand, have you been around someone who speaks with intention? They talk about their goals, their dreams, their actions. They're focused, positive, and purposeful in their language. And guess what? Their life reflects that too. There's a reason why successful people are mindful of their words. They understand that their language directs their energy. Now, I'm not saying you should always be positive, no matter what. Life is tough, and there are moments when it's perfectly okay to express frustration, disappointment, or sadness. But what I am saying is that the words you use consistently over time will steer the ship of your life. What you say matters. It matters to those around you, and it matters to your own self-perception. When you speak with intention, you're choosing your words carefully. You're aware of how your language affects your mindset, your relationships, and your future. You're not speaking out of habit, frustration, or negativity. You're speaking with purpose and direction, knowing that the words you choose today are shaping the life you're going to have tomorrow. Think about it. If you constantly say, "I can't," or "this is too hard," then guess what? You're setting the stage for failure before you even begin. But when you start saying, "I can," "I will," "I am capable," "I am worthy," you're sending a message to your mind that you are ready to face the challenges and rise above them. Your words build your confidence, your resilience, and your future. And let me be clear about this. Speaking with intention isn't just about using positive words. It's about aligning your language with your goals, your values, and your actions. It's about making sure that what you say matches what you believe and what you do. You cannot say, "I want to be successful," but then follow it up with, "I don't know how I'll ever do it," or "I'll never be good enough." Those words are in direct conflict with each other. If you want to create the life you desire, your words must be in alignment with your actions. For example, if you want to become healthier, you can't speak about it in negative terms. You can't say, "I'll never lose weight," or "I can't eat healthy because it's too hard." Instead say, "I'm committed to making better choices," or "I'm taking steps every day toward a healthier lifestyle." Even when you slip up, continue speaking positively with intention. "I may have made a mistake, but I'll get back on track tomorrow." The words you speak to yourself shape your attitude and keep you moving forward. The same goes for your relationships. If you want to have strong, positive relationships, speak with kindness, respect, and clarity. Don't just say things out of habit. Say things that build trust, show love, and encourage growth. Speak to uplift, not to tear down. When you speak with intention in your relationships, you set the tone for how others will interact with you. Your words influence how they see you and how they treat you. So what does this mean for you? Start paying attention to the words you use. Start speaking with intention, not just when you're with others, but also when you're by yourself. Your inner dialogue is just as important as what you say to the world. When you change the way you speak, you'll change the way you think. And when you change the way you think, you'll change the way you act. And when you change the way you act, your entire life will begin to shift. Here's the challenge today. Choose to speak with intention. Choose words that align with your vision, your values, and your purpose. Speak like the person you are becoming, not the person you've been. Your words are powerful. They have the ability to shape your reality. So choose wisely, speak with purpose, and watch how your life begins to transform. Remember this, what you say is what you become. Speak the future you want, and it will start to take shape in your present. Speak with intention, and your words will create the life you deserve. Contribution is the key to fulfillment. There's a powerful truth that many people overlook in their quest for success, and that is this: true fulfillment doesn't come from what you can get, but from what you can give. Let that sink in for a moment. We live in a world that constantly pushes us to think about ourselves, our goals, our needs, our desires. And while there's nothing wrong with pursuing your dreams, there's a deeper, more meaningful level of success that comes when you shift your focus from getting to giving. Let me ask you, when was the last time you did something for someone else without expecting anything in return? When was the last time you helped someone simply because you could, not because you wanted something in return? Now, I'm not talking about grand gestures here. You don't have to donate millions of dollars or spend your life working in a soup kitchen. But I am talking about the small acts of contribution that make a difference in the lives of others, and in turn fill your own life with purpose and fulfillment. This is the lesson that the most successful people in the world understand deeply. Success is not a solitary journey. It's about making an impact, about lifting others as you climb, about creating value and giving back to the world around you. When you focus on contribution, you shift the focus from what's in it for me to how can I make a difference. Take a moment and think about the people who've inspired you the most in your life. What qualities do they possess? More than likely, they've contributed something meaningful to others, whether it's through their work, their kindness, or their leadership. They didn't just take from the world, they gave something of themselves, and in doing so, they created a legacy that outlasts their lifetime. Here's the truth. Your greatest happiness and fulfillment will come from serving others. When you make it your mission to help others, whether it's through your time, your knowledge, your resources, or your expertise, you not only improve their lives, you improve your own. When you contribute to the success of others, you create a ripple effect of positivity, goodwill, and success that comes back to you in ways you can't even imagine. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Jim, I'm struggling to even take care of myself. How am I supposed to help others? Let me tell you something. You don't have to wait until you have everything figured out to begin contributing. In fact, giving and contributing are the keys to unlocking more of what you want in life. It's not about waiting for the perfect moment. It's about finding opportunities every day in small ways to contribute. Let me give you a simple example. Maybe it's offering a helping hand to a colleague at work. Maybe it's offering a kind word to a friend who's struggling. Maybe it's giving a few extra minutes to someone in need of support. These actions don't cost you anything, but they can mean the world to someone else. And in doing so, you're not only improving their life, you're improving your own. You're making the world around you a better place, one small act at a time. The beauty of contribution is that it comes in many forms. It doesn't always have to be a physical thing. It can be emotional, intellectual, or spiritual. Maybe your contribution is teaching someone a new skill, mentoring a young person, sharing your knowledge, or just being a good listener when someone needs to talk. It's about making a difference in someone's life, however big or small that difference may seem. You see, contribution is a mindset, a way of living. When you live with the mindset of contribution, you don't view the world as a place where you're just taking. You view it as a place where you can give, add value, and leave a lasting impact. This mindset is what sets the most fulfilled and successful people apart from the rest. They understand that real joy comes not from what they accumulate, but from what they give. And here's the beautiful thing about contributing. It creates a sense of purpose. When you're focused on making a difference, on adding value to others' lives, you'll find that your own life becomes richer and more meaningful. You start to feel connected to something bigger than yourself. Your life no longer feels like a quest for personal gain. It becomes a journey of service, of adding value, and of making the world a better place. So ask yourself, how can I contribute today? What can I give to others that will make a difference in their lives? It doesn't matter how big or small the contribution is. It all counts. Every time you give, you're filling your life with purpose, joy, and fulfillment. In the end, true fulfillment comes not from how much you have, but from how much you give. And when you live your life with the intention to contribute, to help, to serve, you will find that the success and happiness you seek are drawn to you naturally. So start today. Find a way to contribute, and watch how your life transforms as a result. Remember, success is not about what you take, it's about what you give. The more you give, the more you'll receive, not just in material things, but in joy and fulfillment, and in the deep sense of purpose that only contribution can bring. The power of vision. There's an old saying, if you don't know where you're going, any road will get you there. And I can tell you, nothing is truer when it comes to success. Without a clear vision of where you want to go, you'll wander aimlessly, hoping things will fall into place. But let me ask you this. Have you ever seen someone who was truly successful without a vision? I haven't. Every successful person I know has one thing in common. They have a vision. A clear, compelling, and focused vision of what they want to achieve, and they pursue it with everything they've got. Vision is the driving force behind everything you do. It's what gets you out of bed in the morning. It's the reason you work hard, the reason you push through obstacles, and the reason you don't quit when things get tough. Without vision, your efforts lack direction. Without vision, you're just going through the motions. But when you have a vision, a clear, vivid picture of the future you want to create, everything changes. Think about it like this. Imagine you're in a car, driving to a destination. If you don't have a map, if you don't know where you're going, you'll drive around aimlessly, wasting time, energy, and gas. But when you know where you're headed, when you have a clear destination in mind, you know exactly where to go, how to get there, and what steps to take along the way. That's what vision does for you. It gives you direction. It gives you purpose. It allows you to make better decisions because you know exactly what you're working toward. But here's the thing. Vision isn't just about setting a goal and hoping it will come true. It's about seeing that goal clearly in your mind's eye, feeling the emotions of achieving it, and using that mental picture to fuel your actions. Vision is about creating a mental blueprint of your desired future, and then doing the work every day to bring that vision to life. Now you might be wondering, Jim, how do I create a vision for my life? How do I know what to aim for? Great question. The first step is to start with what you truly want, not what someone else wants for you, not what you think you should want, but what you deeply desire at the core of your being. What kind of life do you want to live? What kind of impact do you want to have? What kind of person do you want to become? Once you have that clarity, the next step is to visualize it. And I mean really visualize it. Close your eyes and imagine every detail of your future. Picture yourself living that life. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you feel? The more vivid and detailed your vision, the stronger the pull it will have on you. And here's the kicker. When you visualize your future with that level of clarity, you'll start to feel a sense of urgency to make it happen. The vision becomes a magnet that pulls you forward, even on the toughest days. But vision isn't just about wishful thinking. It's about turning that vision into reality. And to do that, you need a plan, a blueprint to guide your actions and decisions. Think of your vision as the why, and your plan as the how. Your vision gives you the purpose, and your plan gives you the steps to make that purpose a reality. And let me tell you, this isn't some pie-in-the-sky concept. Vision is practical, actionable, and powerful. It gives you the motivation to keep going, even when the road gets rough. When you have a vision, you have something to hold on to when life throws you off course. When you encounter setbacks, you can return to your vision to remind yourself why you're doing this. It's the fuel that keeps the fire burning inside of you. But here's the hard truth. A vision without action is just a dream. It's not enough to just think about what you want. You've got to put in the work. You've got to take consistent, focused action every day toward your vision. That's how dreams become reality. And here's the beauty of it. Every time you take action, no matter how small, you're one step closer to making your vision a reality. You're building momentum, and that momentum will carry you through the challenges and obstacles you'll inevitably face. So let's recap. If you want success, start with vision. Get crystal clear on what you want. Visualize it in vivid detail, and then take action every single day to make it happen. And remember, your vision doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be fully realized right away. The important thing is to have a vision that inspires you, that excites you, and that drives you to take action. That vision will give you the clarity and focus you need to succeed. Now I want you to take a moment and ask yourself, what's my vision? What kind of life do I want to create? What do I want to achieve? And who do I want to become? When you get clear on these questions, you'll start to see your future unfolding before you. And from that moment on, everything you do will be aligned with that vision. That's the power of vision. It gives your life direction, purpose, and meaning. And once you have that, there's nothing that can stop you. So get started today. Create your vision, live it, breathe it, and let it guide you toward the life you've always dreamed of. Your future is waiting, and it starts with the vision you hold in your mind. Let that vision fuel your actions and lead you to the life you deserve. Resilience. Fail, learn, and keep moving forward. Let me tell you something. Failure is not the enemy. In fact, failure is one of your greatest allies on the road to success. Too many people fear failure. They avoid it, they run from it, they see it as the end of the journey. But let me be clear, failure is not the end. It's a stepping stone. It's a part of the process. If you want to achieve anything of value, you're going to fail. The question is, how are you going to respond when you do? Resilience is the key. It's about failing, learning, and then getting back up and moving forward. That's what separates those who succeed from those who give up. The ability to bounce back when things don't go as planned, to keep moving forward when the road gets tough. Because here's the truth. Success isn't about never falling down. It's about getting up every time you do. Think about the most successful people in the world. Do you think they got to where they are by avoiding failure? Absolutely not. They've failed more times than most people have even tried. But what they've done differently is that they've kept going. They've used failure as a teacher, a mentor, showing them what didn't work and pushing them to do better next time. They didn't let failure define them. They let it refine them. Now I know it's easy to say, don't fear failure. But let's be real, it's tough. Failing doesn't feel good. It stings. It can be embarrassing. It can make you question your abilities and wonder if you're cut out for this. But let me tell you, those feelings are completely normal. Every successful person has felt that sting. The difference is that they didn't let those feelings stop them. They didn't let failure convince them to quit. They chose to learn from it. Failure isn't a sign that you're not good enough. It's a sign that you're learning. When something doesn't go right, you've learned something valuable. You've learned what doesn't work, and that's one step closer to finding what does. But here's the secret. You have to be willing to learn. You have to look at failure through the right lens. Instead of asking yourself, why did I fail? Ask, what can I learn from this? Instead of seeing failure as a setback, see it as an opportunity to grow. Let me share a story with you. Thomas Edison, one of the greatest inventors of all time, failed thousands of times before he finally perfected the light bulb. Do you think he saw those failures as roadblocks? No, he saw them as necessary steps in the process. When asked about his repeated failures, Edison famously said, "I have not failed, I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." That's resilience. That's the mindset that leads to success. Here's the key takeaway. Failure is not permanent unless you let it be. It's not about how many times you fall. It's about how many times you get up. You have the choice to stay down, or you can rise again. And each time you rise, you become stronger. You become more resilient. You gain wisdom, experience, and the confidence to keep moving forward. When you face setbacks, and you will face them, that's guaranteed. Remember that they are not the end of your story. They are part of your journey. They are the moments that test your character, your determination, and your willpower. But in those moments, you have a choice. You can choose to be defeated, or you can choose to learn, grow, and press on. I want you to think about this for a moment. What's something you failed at in the past? Maybe it was a project, a business venture, or a personal goal. Now think about the lessons you learned from that failure. What did it teach you? How did it prepare you for the next challenge? The fact is, failure doesn't just teach you, it strengthens you. It makes you better, more capable, and more prepared for whatever comes next. The path to success is never a straight line. It's filled with detours, bumps, and yes, failures, but it's also filled with opportunities. Opportunities to learn, grow, and rise above. So don't fear failure. Embrace it. Let it teach you. And when you fall, get back up. Keep moving forward. Success isn't for the faint of heart. It's for the resilient. The ones who get knocked down, but get up again. The ones who keep going, keep learning, and keep improving. The ones who refuse to quit, no matter how many times they fail. So take a deep breath, look at your past failures, and say, I'm not done yet. I don't care how many times you've failed. You're not out of the game. As long as you keep getting back up, you're still in the fight. And let me tell you, if you keep moving forward, you will succeed. It's inevitable. Failure is not a roadblock. It's a stepping stone. Learn from it, use it, and keep moving forward, because your success is waiting for you. Time management, the key to living with purpose. Let me ask you something. What's the most valuable thing you have? Is it money? Is it your job? Your possessions? No. The most valuable resource you have, the one thing you can never get back, is time. Time is a non-renewable resource. Once it's gone, you can't buy more. You can't get it back. And yet most people treat time like it's unlimited. They waste it, squander it, and only realize its true value when it's too late. Here's the truth. The way you manage your time determines the quality of your life. If you want to live with purpose, if you want to achieve your goals, if you want to create the life you desire, you have to take control of your time. You have to stop letting life dictate your schedule and start making time work for you. Think about the most successful people you know. Are they the ones who spend their days reacting to whatever comes their way? Or are they the ones who manage their time intentionally? I can tell you, they're the ones who make time their ally. They don't let distractions, procrastination, or random events steal their time. They take control of their day, and because of that, they accomplish more than most people do in a lifetime. But here's the thing. Time management isn't just about fitting more tasks into your day. It's about making sure that the tasks you do are the right tasks. It's about prioritizing what matters most and cutting out the noise that doesn't. You see, most people spend their time on things that don't really matter in the grand scheme of things. They get bogged down in the trivial, the urgent, and the unnecessary. But time management is about focusing on what truly matters. The things that will bring you closer to your goals, your dreams, and your vision for the future. So how do you manage your time effectively? It starts with one key principle: purpose. Every minute you spend should be aligned with your purpose. If what you're doing doesn't serve your goals or move you closer to your vision, then you need to reconsider how you're spending your time. When you live with purpose, you make decisions that are aligned with your values and your long-term goals. You stop reacting to life, and instead you start creating the life you want. Now let's get practical. Here are a few key strategies for managing your time with purpose. Set clear priorities. The first step in managing your time is knowing what's most important. What are the things that will move you toward your big goals? Identify those and make sure you give them the time and energy they deserve. The rest, let it go. Focus on what matters most. Create a daily plan. Successful people don't leave their day to chance. They plan it. Every day, take a few minutes to outline your top priorities, the tasks that need to be done, and the actions you'll take to move forward. When you have a plan, you know exactly what to focus on and what to ignore. Eliminate time wasters. We live in a world full of distractions. Social media, emails, television, and endless notifications. They all pull your attention away from what truly matters. Start identifying the things that waste your time and take action to eliminate or minimize them. You'll be amazed at how much more you can accomplish when you stop allowing distractions to control your day. Time block your day. One of the most powerful techniques in time management is time blocking. This means scheduling specific blocks of time for specific tasks. Whether it's working on a project, exercising, or spending time with family, when you block your time, you ensure that you're giving your full focus to the task at hand. Learn to say no. You can't do everything, and you certainly can't do everything well. You have to be selective with your time. Don't be afraid to say no to things that don't align with your goals. Saying no is one of the most powerful ways to protect your time and make sure you're investing it in what really matters. Track your time. If you really want to get serious about managing your time, track it for a week. Keep a detailed log of everything you do and how much time you spend on each activity. You'll be shocked at how much time you're wasting. Once you have this information, you can make smarter choices about where to allocate your time moving forward. Here's the kicker. Time management isn't just about doing more. It's about doing more of what matters. It's about using your time with intention, purpose, and focus. When you manage your time effectively, you stop feeling overwhelmed. You stop feeling like you're constantly busy but never getting anywhere. Instead, you feel empowered. You feel in control of your life, because you know that every day you're moving closer to your goals. Living with purpose means living intentionally. It means using your time wisely and making sure that every moment counts. When you get clear about your priorities and start managing your time accordingly, you'll find that success doesn't have to be so hard. It becomes a natural byproduct of living with intention. So let me ask you this. How are you spending your time right now? Is it aligned with your goals? Is it helping you live with purpose? If not, it's time to make a change. Take control of your time, and you'll take control of your life. Time is the most valuable resource you have. Don't waste it, manage it, and use it to create the life you want. Because when you live with purpose, every minute counts, and every minute brings you one step closer to your dreams. Continuous growth. Invest in yourself. Let me tell you something. The most important investment you'll ever make is the one you make in yourself. There's no stock, no real estate, no business venture that will ever yield a higher return than the investment you make in your own development. But too many people overlook this truth. They're so focused on external gains, money, status, possessions, that they forget the most valuable asset they have is themselves. They forget that the key to unlocking their future success lies in their own growth. Think about this for a moment. When you invest in yourself, you're setting the stage for every other success in your life. Your mindset, your skills, your health, your character. These are the foundations upon which everything else is built. If you don't take the time to cultivate these things, if you don't invest in your own growth, you're limiting your potential. The good news is, growth doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to take years, but it must be intentional. Let me be clear, investing in yourself is not a luxury, it's a necessity. If you want to reach your full potential, if you want to achieve the life you've always dreamed of, you've got to put in the work. You have to commit to growing every single day, to becoming just a little better than you were yesterday. The best part, the more you invest in yourself, the more the world will invest in you. The first place to start is your mindset. Your mindset is the lens through which you see the world. It shapes your beliefs, your decisions, and your actions. If you don't invest in cultivating a positive, growth-oriented mindset, you'll always find yourself stuck. But when you change the way you think, when you believe that you are capable of achieving greatness, that's when you unlock the door to success. A growth mindset allows you to see challenges as opportunities, failures as lessons, and setbacks as stepping stones. The next investment is in your skills. The world is constantly changing. New technologies emerge, new industries rise. If you want to stay relevant, if you want to continue to grow and advance, you've got to continually sharpen your skills. This could mean learning a new language, mastering a new software tool, or developing leadership abilities. Whatever it is, make sure you're always learning, always improving. In today's world, the people who are ahead are the ones who are constantly evolving. So ask yourself, what new skill can I learn today that will make me more valuable tomorrow? But it's not just about intellectual growth, it's also about physical health. You've heard it before, you can't pour from an empty cup. If you're not taking care of your body, your mind won't function at its best. If you're not fueling your body with the right food, exercise, and rest, your energy will run out. Your body is the vehicle that drives you toward your goals, so take care of it. Exercise regularly, eat healthily, and make sure you get the sleep you need. When you invest in your health, you're ensuring that you have the energy, strength, and vitality to pursue your goals and live the life you desire. Then there's character. This is the foundation of everything. Your character, your values, your integrity. It's what defines you as a person. And here's the truth. If you want to achieve success that lasts, if you want to create a legacy, it all comes back to who you are on the inside. Invest in building your character every single day. Be the person who does what they say, who shows up when they say they will, who treats others with respect and kindness. People follow those with strong character, and the more you develop this part of yourself, the more you'll attract the right opportunities and the right people into your life. Now I'll tell you this, none of this happens overnight. It takes time, it takes effort, but the beauty of investing in yourself is that the returns are exponential. The more you grow, the more you can achieve. The more you learn, the more you earn. Whether that's in money, in opportunities, in relationships, or in personal fulfillment. The investment you make in yourself pays dividends in every area of your life. So let me ask you, what are you doing to invest in yourself today? Are you reading books that expand your mind? Are you attending seminars or workshops that help you grow? Are you taking care of your body and your health? Are you working on becoming the best version of yourself, inside and out? Because if you're not actively working on these things, you're letting time pass without the return on investment that you deserve. Here's the best part. It doesn't matter where you're starting from. You can start today, right now. And here's the thing. There's no cap on how much you can grow. The more you learn, the more you become, and the more you'll be able to contribute to others. This is a lifelong process, and the moment you stop growing, you stop moving forward. So commit to investing in yourself every day. The returns will be worth it. When you invest in yourself, you set yourself up for success, not just in the future, but in the here and now. You become a magnet for opportunities, a person of influence, a person who attracts greatness, and that's the kind of life you deserve. So don't wait, start now. Invest in yourself, and the world will start investing in you. Take action now. So what's the bottom line? You've learned the strategies, you've heard the principles, but there's one thing that will determine your success, and that's action. You can have the best plan in the world, the clearest vision, the most brilliant ideas, but if you don't take action, none of it matters. Action is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Let me be clear, nothing happens without action. You can't wait for the perfect moment, the right conditions, or the perfect amount of confidence. The truth is, the perfect moment never comes. The conditions will never be perfect. But if you wait for all the stars to align before you take the first step, you'll be waiting forever. If you want to change your life, if you want to make your dreams a reality, you've got to take action now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not after you feel ready, right now. The moment you start taking action, you begin to change your trajectory. You start building momentum. You start creating results. And with every step you take, you move closer to the life you've always wanted. Action is what separates the dreamers from the achievers. Anyone can dream big. Anyone can talk about their goals, but it's the people who take action, day in and day out, who make those dreams a reality. So ask yourself, what am I waiting for? What's stopping me from taking that first step? The truth is, there's no reason to wait. The time is now. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't need to know every step of the journey. What you need is the courage to take the first step. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have all the answers. You just need to move forward, even if it's in small, uncertain steps. Every step counts. Every effort matters. And every action you take moves you closer to your destination. But here's the deal. Once you take that first step, keep going. Don't stop. Don't let fear, doubt, or failure stop you. Keep moving forward, one step at a time. Action is the key to making progress. And with each small action, you build the momentum you need to succeed. The more you do, the more you'll accomplish, and the closer you'll get to living the life you truly desire. Remember, action is not just about doing something. It's about doing the right things consistently. So today, right now, take that first step. Do something. Even if it's a small action, it's a step in the right direction. And then tomorrow, take another step. And the next day, keep going. The secret to success is simple. Take action. No more waiting. No more excuses. Get out of your head and into the world. You have everything you need to succeed right now. It's all about making the decision to act, to move, and to keep going. Your future is waiting for you. Your dreams are waiting for you, but they won't come to you. You've got to go to them. So take action now, and let the world know that you are serious about your success.